Well, everybody, welcome back to the channel. You know it is JJ with you once again. NVIDIA just did it again and dropped a bombshell on us. GTC was just announced. They already did GTC for NVIDIA, by the way. Just let you know. It's on YouTube somewhere. You know how that works. I watched some of it to see what's going on. They dropped a bombshell. DLSS 5.0 is officially here. And NVIDIA is calling it the biggest leap in real-time graphics since the original RTX reveal. But here's the twist. This time, the majority of PC gamers better get their drink and snacks, by the way, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep me busy. You know how that works. The majority of the PC gamers, right, can't test it. You're going to love this. DLSS 5.0 is locked to upcoming RTX 50 series GPUs, which means anyone on the 20, 30, or 40 series cards is watching from the sidelines. And that reminds me of AMD locking the 7000 and the 6000 series out from the 9000 series. Yeah. It seems like one company does the lockout, and then the other one does the lockout, and then the other one comes back and lifts the lockout, and then, it's going back and forth. I would imagine I'm not a fool. So, but all in all, and this includes me, I'm locked out from it, but not fully locked out. I'm running the RTX 4070, so I can't benchmark DLSS 5 directly, but that does not stop us from breaking down what it is and what it claims to do. And the third-party numbers will mean when they start rolling in. Understand this. I know one person that has almost equal to the same parts that I have in my PC, and I'm sure he would love to put his numbers out there on the channel. So I will ask him later on this evening if he would like to benchmark 5.0 for me, since he has an equal motherboard, equal processor, equal RAM, equal SSDs, and everything on his system is equal, except for he's got a 5070 Ti. Maybe that'll give you a little helpful hint. But at least maybe he will benchmark it for me. So that way I'll take and announce his numbers and his findings and tell you my conclusions. That's how it'll work. So DLSS 5 isn't just an upscaler, believe it or not. It's a full neural rendering model. NVIDIA is using AI to add lighting, materials, and micro details that the game engine never produced. This is a step beyond DLSS 4.5, which focused on reconstruction and frame generation. DLSS 5 is actively rewriting the frame. Actively rewriting the frame. Hear that out very carefully. It's modifying surface roughness, global illumination cues, subsurface scattering, and even the way materials react to the light. In other words, it's not just filling in the mixing pixels, it's inventing new ones. I told you 5.0 is going to be interesting. So the big question is, how accurate is that invention? How accurate is that invention? I don't even know how accurate it is. When third-party reviewers get their hands on the RTX 50 series cards, which they probably already, most of them do anyway, but we're going to be looking for a few key numbers. First, the lighting accuracy. Does DLSS 5 neural lighting match native path tracing? Or does it drift into overprocessed territory? Second, material consistency. If DLSS 5 is adding micro detail, we need to know whether that detail is stable, believable, and consistent across frames. Third, latency and frame pacing. Okay, so neural rendering is heavy. And if it introduces delay, latency, that's going to show up in the input responses and motion clarity. And finally, artifact behavior. Every AI model has a weakness. We'll be watching for hallucinated details, flickering, ghosting, or temporal instability. So even without the hands-on testing, we can still evaluate the claims. NVIDIA showcased DLSS 5 running in games like Resident Evil Requiem, Hogwarts Legacy, Starfield, and Assassin's Creed Shadows. These titles already push lighting and materials hard, so they're perfect for the stress test. So when third-party reviewers publish their numbers, we'll be looking at side-by-side comparison, 1% lows, latency charts, and visual breakdowns, and see if the DLSS 5 is truly delivering photorealism or just a styled interpretation of it. And that leads to the bigger conversation. DLSS 5 raises a real question about authorship. If AI is adding the lighting and materials that weren't authored by the developers, who's responsible for the final image? Is this enhancing the game or rewriting it? Some players will love the extra realism. Others will argue that it changes the artistic intent. Kind of does, but some people are going to go back and forth on this. But that debate is going to be to define the early reception of DLSS 5 just as much as the performance numbers. So even though I can't test DLSS 5 directly on my 4070, I can still break down the technology, analyze the data, and give you the builder's first perspective. So do understand that I will be giving my 2 cents on this. So when the third-party benchmarks drop, we'll go through them together. We'll look at the numbers, the visuals, and the real-world impact. And we'll figure out whether DLSS 5 is the future of graphics or just the next big market push. If you want the truth about DLSS 5, not the hype, you're in the right place. Stay tuned, because once the data lands, we're going deep. And deep we will go. So, all in all, guys, I will do my best to get the information. I'll see what's out there. I'll give you my 2 cents on it. And I know a lot of people are going to be having a lot of issues right now with the software, especially with the 50 series. I don't think this is actually going to take and make that better. That's the same thing Microsoft's doing right now, is they're trying to improve something, but not taking care of the back end. So I hope NVIDIA does the same thing. They're taking care of the back end while they're improving the software, because that's what everybody's going to be looking for. Is it going to be stable? Is it going to crash? And all that. That's what people are going to be looking for. And I'm going to be looking for it too, because if it starts crashing and I start getting reports from people and they start telling me, guess what? The new software is crashing hard. I'm going to make sure I put it out there to all the viewers so they know what time it is. It's not that I want to bash NVIDIA. It's not that at all. I run the 4070. I'm not bashing the company that, I've been running the graphics card with for the longest time in the world, ever since I first got the 4070, or when it first launched, a month after it launched. So yeah, I'm not bashing NVIDIA. It's just when they start doing things kind of like Microsoft does, that kind of brings me to a different light. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video and this is your first time here, or you've been here and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Keep me busy. Until the next time, in the next video. You know what it is? Ooh, that's some sweet tea. We'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, Wednesday, 6 p.m. live stream. Till then, we'll see you on the next one.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.